I'm bored. No Jess sitting beside me, running by myself. I do have a credit for another audiobook, but I don't want to use my data to download that audiobook. I'm thinking the first Lord of the Rings. And the only radio stations are country. Country, country, country. I actually don't mind country. There's just a lot of country. There, you can see my hood now. Barely can see it. You can see the moose guard sticking out as well. It's funny, the camera can see the moose guard sticking out. I can't. I guess I'm further back, down lower. I cannot see that. Let's give the window a wash. I see some marks on the screen. Told you I was bored. Ah, Piapot. Axis 1 kilometer. Always liked Piapot when we were on vacation. Always kind of like a marker of we're almost through Saskatchewan when you see Piapot. You see a big rig parked there on the left. I think it's an old gas station. I pulled in there earlier, I guess yesterday. I pulled in there yesterday to load secure. It looks to me like it used to be an old gas station there. Good place to sleep if we were at ours. Anyway, I'm headed to Calgary. Loading in a place that looks awfully tight on Google Maps. And that's loads going down to Spokane. It's a fully tarp load, so should be fun. Should be fun. At least we'll be back in the mountains again. Interesting scenery. I actually like the prairies, but when it's overcast like this, the snow has at least stopped. Overcast like this, it just gets dreary and boring. I did have truck problems though, so there was that. How could I go without a day without truck problem? The dashboard kept flashing as water and fuel. So I pulled out at the last scale just west of Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and drained the water out of the fuel water filter system. The light hasn't come on since, so maybe the filter was just a little bit too full. Not a lot of water came out, just a little bit, but I drained it. Seems all good. You know what? I would rather drive these boring roads than driving in big cities all day. Driving in Calgary and Vancouver down during rush hour. Much rather prefer this. Give me the open road over city driving any day of the week. The heck is that? Falcon? I don't know. Some kind of bird of prey.
Any message is allowed.
Apparently a new message on the call quam saying, "Hi Quan, there's a VHF radio." That's what the subject line reads. Just looking over to it. I'm guessing it's in Salmo. So next time I go through Salmo, I'll pick up a VHF radio and then install it. Next time I visit Salmo, I'm also going to pick up a license plate light from my trailer install that as well. I don't have to install this stuff myself, but I'd rather just pick the stuff up and go than waiting there for hours for someone to have time to go install it. And then when I have some spare time on an evening or a weekend or wherever I have time, I'll install it myself. I totally got red flagged that, I think anyway, for speeding today, because I was speeding today. I was doing 105 in 80 zone. Not cool. I totally missed the sign because I was following a really big wide load. It was probably a lane and a half wide. Huge grain bin. Like a grain hopper, big round grain bin on top of a trailer. I was getting close to him when I pulled over into the passing lane to pass him, and he is so wide that I had to wait for him to pull onto the shoulder, and I was on the other shoulder to pass him. But as I was about to do that, all of a sudden it's like, nope, there goes the 80 sign. Dope. I hit the brakes right away. He took off. He didn't slow down. Nobody else slows down in that section. But I slowed down right away. I slammed in the brakes and, well, not slammed. I didn't lock up anything. I didn't. But I braked hard, harder than I normally do. And then drove 80 for the rest of the way. And then caught up with him a little bit further down the road and passed him there. But yeah, that's going to be a red flag on my record. That sucks. We'll see if I get in trouble for that. Probably. Our company's pretty strict about speeding, so. But it is what it is, right? No, don't worry about something you can't control. I know I'll make the argument of, I don't think I've got any other speeding at all anywhere. So I like to be under the radar. I don't want to speed often. Now, when I do speed, it's going to be an accident like that one. Told you I was bored. There's a couple of raindrops on the window. Seems like we're getting a couple of drops or snow melting on the window, I'm not sure. Tourist information. I think we're almost to Alberta. We did see Pia Pod after all. Then we still have hours. I'd say at least another 4 hours of this flat, maybe more. Well, yeah, I guess a lot more than 4 hours. So it'll be 4.5 hours to Calgary, which is all driving like this. And then I have to go to Spokane, which will mean I gotta drive south of Calgary for another couple of hours, down south on Highway 2 till I hit Highway 3, then take Highway 3 west till I hit Highway 95, and then from 95 we'll head south to Spokane, which means I have to go through Idaho, and my Idaho permit expires in 2 days. So I can barely make that without a new permit. To keep that in mind next time I get an Idaho trip, that I need a new permit first. The permit expires on Friday the 13th. I can see forever. A couple of trees clumped here and there, but pretty much just prairie grassland. Nobody grows crops here. It's too dry for that. It's all fenced in. I've never seen cattle in this fenced in areas, but it is fenced in, so maybe they put cows on them every once in a while. I don't know. It's a whole lot of land where there's nothing. Looks like there used to be a pond there dug out. And I guess there's no aquifers underwater, or underground. No aquifers underwater. Yeah, sure. No aquifers underground, so they can irrigate the fields. I don't know. It's definitely a very, very dry place. Not classified as a desert, but pretty close. Gets a little too much rain and snow to be classified as a desert, but it's definitely wilderness. And there are towns and communities around there, always along a river. I can imagine the first settlers coming over the land here, just trudging on days and days with no water. I guess we're all settlers. Unless you're native, we're all settlers in North America. I'm first generation settler. Yeah, like I said, boring highway. I'll let you guys get back to what you were doing. Do please hit a thumbs up. And ask me questions. Lots of questions, please. More questions, please. At least I can talk about something then. I don't care how silly the question is, you must ask it. Ask me anything. Now I'm in trouble. See you guys.